Hey everyone, it's Matt with IDP Guys, here to talk about the top 10 IDP rookies I'm looking forward to seeing in preseason week 1. Before we get into that, be sure to like and subscribe so you can see all of the excellent content we're posting here on YouTube. Now, a very important note about the ADP and positional rankings you're going to see for these 10 players. These are all being pulled from the IDP Guys Dynasty rankings that were just updated in August. So with that being said, let's get started.
Up first, we have Jaquan Brisker with the Bears. He has a huge opportunity to put up a bunch of tackles this year, especially if Roquan Smith misses any time or gets traded. The word on the street is that he's crushing it in camp. The coaches are in love with his energy. I'm looking forward to seeing that translate to the field. So very excited to see what he does this week. Let's go to another safety that has the chance to put up a lot of big numbers this year in Nick Cross. After the Kyrie Willis retirement, it sort of left a hole on that Indianapolis Colts defense that a lot of people are projecting Cross is going to fill. I want to make sure he looks the part this preseason week 1, and if he does, you're going to see his ADP skyrocket up. Moving to defensive end, we have Kayvon Thibodeaux. This is a guy coming out of college that people thought was a little raw and would need some coaching to get up to speed to the NFL speed. So I really want to see where he's at in that progression this week. And if he sort of looks the part, he's a player that could potentially immediately provide sack value in many of your leagues. So looking forward to seeing what he does this week. Moving on to our first cornerback on the list, we have Trent McDuffie. The first-round pick for the Chiefs has a real opportunity to carve out a starting role on that Chiefs defense that has really made a lot of big strides recently. When you're playing, you have the opportunity to put up points, and I really liked what I saw from him in college, so looking forward to seeing how he's being used on that defense and how he looks against some NFL wide receivers. Another defensive back that has the opportunity to have some meaningful minutes in his rookie campaign is Lewis Cine with the Vikings. It is noted from training camp that he's been having some difficulties getting up to speed with the NFL, and the NFL learning curve has sort of gotten to him, but he has been taking reps with the first team, so the defensive coaches see something there with him, so hopefully he plays this week so we can see how he looks against some competition. Daxton Hill finds himself on a Bengals team that is just stacked at DB. For me, the only way that he's going to be able to put up any meaningful minutes this year is if he really shows up during the preseason. Obviously, if an injury happens, we want to make sure that he'll be able to step up and step into that role. So that starts week 1. So very excited to see what he looks like out there on the field. I am super excited to see what Quay Walker is going to do in this first preseason game. He's listed as a first-string linebacker already for the Packers. I know a lot of people were surprised when he was taken as the first linebacker in the draft, but if he's starting for the Packers at inside linebacker, yeah, he's going to be a big deal in pretty much every format. So looking forward to see him actually put it on the field and then prove those doubters wrong. Moving on to Kyle Hamilton with the Ravens. The Ravens always get the most out of their defensive players, and Hamilton's sort of a Swiss Army knife. He can do it all, so I'm really looking to see how he's being used in that defense. Depending on how he's being used will drastically impact his relevance to IDP's rookie year, so I'm hoping he's used more in the run game to put up those stats, but we just have to wait and see. Second to last is our second pick in this year's NFL draft, Aiden Hutchinson. Going into the draft, everyone sort of hyped him up as the most pro-ready pass rusher of them all. So I really want to see what that looks like on the field. People are already drafting him pretty high, but if he shows that he's really ready to take that big step into the NFL, you're going to see people be drafting him way earlier in redraft. So looking forward to seeing what he can put on tape. Last but not least, we have Modster Gardener with the Jets. In college, he was a shutdown cornerback, and I want to see if that's going to continue in the NFL against this new tier of talent. That all starts week 1. If he can do that, we don't expect him to be very IDP relevant, as people don't really throw to shutdown corners. But even if he's a step slow, that's going to open up way more doors for IDP relevance. So looking forward to seeing what he does this week.
And those are the 10 rookies I'm most looking forward to watching preseason week 1 on the defensive side of the ball. Again, please subscribe to this channel to see more excellent content like this. If there's any player you're especially looking forward to looking at this week, sound off in the comments, and we'll see each other on the other side of the preseason. Happy football watching, everyone.